Hi there, it's Nicole here today for Lawn Fawn, and today I am showcasing the brand new Milk Carton die. This is a new die in Lawn Fawn's 3D collection. They have the goodie bag and the candy box treat boxes already, and this is a little milk carton that you can do tons of fun things with. I turned mine into a little doghouse using other Lawn Fawn dies, as well as the cute little dog from the Critters in the Burbs. So here's what it looks like. It's cute little size, perfect for little treats, little gifts, all kinds of things. And I'm going to go ahead and die cut all of my elements that I'm going to be using. And then I will put together the rest of the design. So what I'm going to do first is each box takes 2 of the milk carton die cut. So it takes 2 of these panels to put together the 3D box. And I am die cutting my little doghouse or the milk carton from the Simon Says Stamp Schoolhouse Red cardstock. You might also see that I am die cutting the little hole reinforcement here from the red cardstock. This is from the Tag Your It die collection from Lawn Fawn, and this is just going to be the hole reinforcement for the tag that goes on the top of the gift box. So like I said, I am die cutting as many of the elements here at the beginning as possible. Now from some Simon Says Stamp black cardstock, I am using the Lawn Fawn scalloped border dies. This is the largest of the 3 scalloped dies that come in the collection. And this is going to be the roof or shingles of the doghouse. And I am going to just trim it down to fit. While I am die cutting all of these scallops, and I'm going to need quite a few of them, I'm going to go ahead and use one of the brand new stitched oval dies to, this is going to be the door of the doghouse on the front of the milk carton. So I like to try to get as many die cuts through one pass of the machine as possible. I'll go ahead and keep die cutting these black scallop borders because like I said, I'll need quite a few of them. And then we'll move on to the next die cut. Next, I have a 4 1/4 by 11 inch strip of green leaf Simon Says Stamp cardstock. And the reason I'm going to die cut it this way is I am slightly offsetting that grassy border die from Lawn Fawn off the edge. And I'm going to run this through one time. I'm using Post-it tape to hold it in place because I definitely don't want it to get skewed. And then I'm going to carefully line that up so that the cut line slightly overlaps where I've already cut so that I can get one continuous 11-inch border of grass here that'll go around the doghouse. Originally, I was trying to piece together 2 pieces. You probably can kind of see them there on the left side of the screen. And I realize that's kind of silly because you just have to piece a tiny little bit because one doesn't quite go all the way around. So if you die cut one long border, you can just trim off any of the excess you don't need and you don't have any of those yucky seams that kind of mess up the design of the doghouse. On some watercolor paper, I am stamping the cute dog as well as the tennis ball from the Critters in the Burbs stamp set, and then I'm going to color in my image with some Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers. The marker colors that I'm using are listed up there in the left-hand corner of your screen so that you can easily duplicate that. I purchased my markers individually, not in a pack, so I don't know what colors exactly come in the packs. I kind of chose to go with markers or colors of these markers that I know I use a lot. I use a lot of neutrals and a lot of grays and things like that, or grays and browns, neutrals for Critters, and then I tend to stick to some of the same basic brighter colors. So for me, buying individually kind of made more sense, but the packs are definitely great if you think you want to invest in quite a few of them, or maybe pick up some of these smaller sets for to try them out and see if you like them. For the tennis ball, I'm using a couple colors of green. I just went in with my dark color first, and then I'm going to blend it out with that lighter one. Very, very easy. Now, once the ink is dry, I am going to use the Coordinating Critters in the Burbs die cuts and die cut both of these out. I'm going to take a black gel pen and really make those eyes pop. Set that aside for a minute. Now, these banner dies that I die cut at the beginning, these are from the large journaling card set. I'm going to score those in half so that they don't overhang the doghouse by too far. And then I'm using some of the new lobster ink from Lawn Fawn with the to and from one of the tag stamp sets on those little gift tags. Before I get too far, I am going to go ahead and glue those hole reinforcements right to the tag using a little of the zig glue pen to glue those in place. Once I have those down, I'm going to take a crocodile and punch holes there through the hole reinforcement. It kind of helps as or serves as a guideline for punching out those holes in the tags. Next, I'm ready to start putting the doghouse together. Before or while it's still flat, if there is any stamping that you need to do, this is when you should do it, before you start putting it together at all. So I am going to take and stamp the I Rough You. This is also from a Simon Says stamp set. This is Critters at the Dog Park, I believe. And I stamped that in some Versamark ink, and then I'm sprinkling on some white embossing powder, and I will heat set both of those. And that is really the only stamping I'm doing for the house itself. I'm going to start folding my house now, and it has those great score lines that you can see there, but I am folding them all and then taking a Teflon bone folder and really reinforcing all of those fold lines so that when I go to put the doghouse or the milk carton together, it folds really easily. So I'm just kind of folding all of those in. Go ahead and do that for all of the pieces. I'm going to take two of the pieces now, and I'm placing adhesive on that little tiny flap to the right. That is the only adhesive that is going to be needed to put the milk carton together, which I absolutely love. Before I fold it together, I am going to attach the oval for the door of the doghouse, have it overhang the bottom of the milk carton and then trim it off. And then I'm taking that long piece of grass, kind of got the adhesive, it was poking up above the grass line, so I'm going to just push it down with the tip of my scissors anywhere that you can kind of see it. And then even though the dog is already adhered in this photo, I kind of pieced this in. I'm tucking that grass underneath the door of the doghouse and then wrapping it all the way around. But as I'm wrapping it, I'm making sure that I fold up the box and help kind of score it so that it fits nicely. I'm going to trim off that excess and then secure the other end of the grass behind the other edge of the door. So there's what that grass looks like. Now I'm going to skip back here to putting the shingles on the doghouse itself. It's going to take about 3 scallops from this large scallop border. However, I'm going to trim off a little of that because it's going to overhang. But I like having a little overhang for play so that it allows me to get it nice and centered. Again, I'm using a nice strong adhesive. When I'm using or putting together any of these 3D boxes or gift goodie bags or anything from Lawn Fawn, I find that a stronger adhesive will help keep my box together better. I like this Glue Glider Pro with the Permatac ink, or adhesive rather. It works really well. So I'm just going to continue to add these scallops. This one has 5 because when I die cut it a little too close to the edge of the paper. I really kind of like 4 a little bit better. And both of the other doghouses, I made sure to die cut the scallops a little further from the edge of the paper. And that way I was able to get 4. Now I'm simply folding the box this way and that to trim off that excess. And that makes it look a lot neater when the box is all folded up. Once I have the shingles on the doghouse, I'm going to go ahead and glue my dog and the tennis ball in place right there on the front. Move something around here. And I'm using a little matte medium to glue him in place. And I'll tuck that tennis ball right next to him. I'm going to use an acrylic block to hold that down until the glue dries a little bit. Next, I'm going to fold up my box. So those score lines at the top will fold in just like a little milk carton. And I'm using a pencil to draw a couple little X's so that I can take the crocodile, and I apologize, I'm out of screen just a little bit here, but I'm punching holes in the top. This is to not only secure the milk carton goodie box here, but to be able to thread some lawn trimmings twine through to secure it and keep it closed. So I'm just going to erase any pencil marks that might still show. For the bottom, you can just simply fold it up, use that little notched end, and it will secure it. Then I'll thread through some of this gray and white. I think this is the cloudy lawn trimmings twine. I'm going to tie that once, thread on my tag that I have already stamped and added the cute hole reinforcement to. Then I'll knot it again and tie it in a little bow and trim up the ends. And that will finish off these cute little milk carton dog houses. There are so many fun ways that you can dress up the milk carton. Maybe for Halloween, make little monster faces on it. You can do all kinds of things. I've seen such cute ideas. So this is just one idea. I love the little dog houses, and I hope you do too. Thanks for watching this video showcasing the brand new Lawn Fawn Milk Carton die. The supplies I've used are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Please remember to subscribe for weekly card making and stamping videos. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time.